Please write your name on a paper and give it to me. So today I will be talking about international code of zoological nomenclature. Let me close the door. Alphabet of grammar taxonomy I will go through after this. Okay. Today I will be talking about International Code of Zoological Nomenclature because this is first of all this is very important for your exam. Right, লেখা কিছু অনার্স নয় এটা জি আমাদের একটা থেকে So, what do you mean by zoological nomenclature? একটু অ্যাডজাস্ট করে যাতে করা যায় সামনে বেঞ্চ যদি অ্যাডজাস্ট করে না So what is the meaning of nomenclature? Nomenclature it means to give a name. And what sort of a name do you give living organism? You give a scientific name. You give a scientific name. And what sort of how do you give a scientific name? You give it according to a principle of binomial nomenclature. Very good. Nomenclature. According to a binomial nomenclature. I am trying to record it and I will post it with the videos. there is a group, so I will post it over there. That should not be a problem. If you are unable to access this class, try to watch it there. Okay. So first, requirement of this particular ICZ. Why do we have a requirement? We have a requirement of what? ICZ, International Code of Zoological Nomenclature. Why do we have such a requirement? We have a requirement because the person says it's from India. He calls the dog Kutta or Kutu. Somebody from Germany calls it Hund from Germany. Somebody from in English you call it dog. Now there are many people who may not understand all the three languages, but you need a uniform code. The thing is uniform code. The name must be the same. So the animal which you describe, that this is a dog, everybody must give it a same name. You should understand that it means this animal. For that it is a uniformity. Now, to give a uniformity, the name is given Canis familiaris. Canis familiaris. The name given is Canis familiaris. Now, what is this Canis familiaris? Now we know that this is a dog, and this system of nomenclature, where this is basically Latinized. It is Latinized. This system of nomenclature is Latinized. Canis familiaris. This name is a genus, and this is species. So, one person in 1700 gives this name instead of Canis familiaris. It gives it Lupus familiaris. It gives it the name Lupus familiaris. The Lupus familiaris কোথায় বসবে হ্যাঁ এসো just for a second row. So somebody 1700 gives the name Lupus familiaris, and somebody saying 1800 gives the name Canis familiaris. Now, if they are describing the same animal, dog. Now this is a confusion. Now which one should you take? So there is a rule known as principle of priority. That is the rule, the principle of priority. No. ঠিক আছে, thanks. So there is a rule, the principle of priority. So there is a rule, the principle of priority. Which name should you take? Since this was given in 1700, this is the oldest one. So the name will be, so always it is the old full always with. So the name which was given before, that is going to be taken. So there is no confusion about it. So, and this is a hypothetical example. So in 1700, lupus familiaris was given, then the name will be lupus familiaris only, and canis familiaris will be removed. This is the international code. Everybody has to follow this, right? So this is why we need this particular nomenclature. So the International Code of Zoological Nomenclature, it is widely accepted convention in zoology that rules the formal scientific naming of organisms treated as animals. It rules, write down this one, it rules formal scientific names, naming of organisms. Of organisms which are treated as animals. So this is the utility of the code. This is the utility of the code. Hope you are clear. So, একটু জোরে বলুন। Characters were given. The characters were given. Name was given first. The organism was described. The animal was described. First, it was described. Then a name was given. Name given by the principle of binomial nomenclature. Here, name may be given in 1700. Now another person describes the same animal in 1800. Another person describes the same thing. And now what happens? It will not be accepted. How do they describe? They essentially publish it. They publish in a journal. There is a way how to publish, how you have to give the name. So it is by the principle of binomial nomenclature. শোনো ব্যাপারটা কি সবকিছু 70-58 যা যা হয়েছে লিনিয়াস এর পর হয়েছে ঠিক আছে 70-58 যা যা হয়েছে লিনিয়াস one of the fathers called considered maybe considered as the father of taxonomy. So after this, so in fact we even follow Linnaeus, this binomial nomenclature. It is by Carlos Linnaeus. He gave this particular nomenclature. So what happens is that in anything before that actually all started with Linnaeus. Now in 1900 a new animal was identified, a binomial nomenclature was given for that. Then it stays. কিন্তু যদি দেখা যায় সেই অ্যানিমালটা if you see that animal particular animal genius or somebody else has given a name before, already a system of binomial nomenclature has been given. Chinese family tree দেওয়া হয়ে গেছে, তখন যেটা পরে নাম দিয়েছি সেটাকে দিতে। This is the principle of priority. This is the first rule. The next rule is the আচ্ছা binomial nomenclature আমি ভালো করে একটু বলতে। Now let me explain binomial nomenclature. What is this binomial nomenclature? Just one second. PowerPoint. This doesn't work. সবই গেছে, কলেজ খুলেছে এতদিন বাদে সবই ভেঙে গেছে। সেটাই তো সব গেছে, এরকম ছিল না কিন্তু এতটা ভালো এতটা ভালো কোনোদিন দেখিনি, সেটাও হ্যাঁ এই কারেন্ট গেছে এবারে। So it's a principle of binomial nomenclature. This says, say the species giraffe, camelo, pardalis. This is the common name of the animal which is known as giraffe. Okay. So this is the, you have to write it in a straight line. And then I have kept it like this. So this is the genus name. This is the species name. So all animals must be given according to the binomial nomenclature. The names must be given according to binomial nomenclature. G is capital, C is small. When you write it by hand, you underline it. Okay, otherwise X number is deducted. Next, if you are printing, then it must be written in italics. So here we are talking about genus name and species name. Now when we talk about trinomial nomenclature, when we talk about trinomial nomenclature, giraffe, বানানটা ঠিক লিখেছি, camelo, pardalis, Rothschild. How underline? This is genus. Start with capital. This is species. And this is subspecies. So whenever you are talking, there can be other subspecies. Remember that it is you may have different subspecies, but the species is same. They can breed among themselves. They can mate among themselves. Yeah. এটা হচ্ছে principle of binomial nomenclature. For example, 5,000 years back, there were two subspecies of human beings existing. One is Homo sapiens sapiens, Homo sapiens Neanderthals. In the Neanderthal Valley, Europe. So what happens when the Homo sapiens sapiens which we have, we migrated from Africa, we came to Europe. Through the African that strait we came to that. After we came over here, there was a conflict between Homo sapiens sapiens and Homo sapiens Neanderthals. So there was the Neanderthals, they died out. This subspecies they did not exist anymore. But there were certain meetings between Homo sapiens sapiens and Homo sapiens Neanderthals. There were meetings. They mated among themselves. We have details because we find some Neanderthal genes which we found in their fossils. We find it inside us. And old Homo sapiens fossils, they did not have these certain DNA markers. We don't have them. So this said that they mated among themselves. That is a subspecies. But they look different. They were different. Now also there are different. But right now all the human species, whether they are black or white or Chinese or whatever, they are all Homo sapiens sapiens. The race may be different. You can have an African race, you can have an European race, you can have a Caucasian race, you can have a Chinese Mongoloid race, you can have different types of races. Skin color may be different, but basically it's the same species. All the dogs which you see, some are Pomeranian Spitz, some are you can say Labrador, some are Alsatian, but they are the same species. They can mate among themselves. Now let us go for another example of principle of typification. Typification. So what is this principle of typification? Any idea? Typification, what do you mean by typification? So what happens? You see a species, you describe it, give it a name, you publish it. Right? You see one animal or 10-15 animals together. That animal, each name which you give, each scientific name which you give, as per the binomial nomenclature, is associated with the type. Type is nothing but a physical specimen. That particular butterfly which I have seen, the chair has the body, the tool has the body. So, type, physical specimen. This is the physical specimen. That say, for example, the author, he saw 13 types of the same species of butterfly. He saw, हाँ लास्ट चले जाओ, jump. কিছু নয় বললেই কাম করে মুন্ডা পোজ করিয়ে দেবো 13 animals we have seen. There are 13 animals, right? So প্রথম 13টা অ্যানিমেল যেটাকে দেখে এই পার্টিকুলার এই নামটা দিয়েছে পাবলিকেশন। ইউ সি ইট ইন পাবলিকেশন 200 years back. Who the hell was alive then? So that animal that is actually preserved in a museum. It can be preserved in a museum, or it can be a photograph. ওইটা দেখিয়ে আমরা বলছি এই স্পিসিসটাকে ডেসক্রাইব করেছি। That is the type. It is a museum specimen. Just keep it in mind, it's a museum specimen. It can be a photograph, it can be something else, it can be footprint, it's an evidence of that particular animal. And it's like a standard nomenclature. What is 1 kg? It is the weight of this particular metal kept in this country at this temperature at this vacuum. That is 1 kg. Like you define in physics. Standard. So it's like this is that standard species. That animal. This is the So this is known as type concept. একটা ডগকে স্টাফিং করে রেখে দিল মিউজিয়ামে, যে ডগটাকে ডিসক্রাইব করলো এটা স্টাফ করে মিউজিয়ামে রেখে দিল। হ্যাঁ, একজন অনেক কথা নিয়েছে, কিন্তু প্রথম যেটাকে দেখে সে ডিসক্রাইব করেছে এর নাম যদি টমি থাকতো, এই টমিটাই হচ্ছে তোমার টাইপ। So there are more important some types. First is the holotype. In the original, first that author decided, woke up in the morning, decided today I will do some scientific work. I have got a lot of scientific curiosity. এটা খুলে কথা বলছি, আমি তো ভুলে যাচ্ছি। আমি তাই জন্য দম আটকে দিচ্ছে কেন? Okay, so the scientific curiosity, he sees a group of dogs going. Okay, today I am going to, nobody has described dog, today I am going to describe dog and name and get a publication, everybody will remember me. So he wakes up and he collects 14 animals, same species. Out of the 14 animals which he has collected in his room, ভোগ করে যাচ্ছে সব, তাদের খেতে খেতে দিয়েছে আবার ঠান্ডা হয়েছে। One animal, the animal which he used, Tommy, তার নাম ছিল Tommy. So Tommy is, he describes the features of Tommy into that of in the publication, and that is known as the holotype. Out of the 14 dogs, original 14 dogs, the one dog Tommy is the holotype. Okay, and others are the rest of the 13 are they are known as paratype. Other छोटी publication in here, their picture also has been given in the publication. Tommy is the holotype. Tommy अमर हो गया। ওর স্পেশালি ওকে টমি ন্যাচ, টমির মাথা, টমির কান, টমি মুখ খুলে যা সব ক্যারেক্টার লিখেছে, সে টমিকে দেখেই লিখেছে। এবারে যদি জিমি যদি দেখে, জিমির হয়তো ল্যাচটা একটু ছোট ছিল। So this is Tom, basically Tom. It's the paratype. Now the author has described that Tommy is the holotype and Jimmy and his friends are all paratypes. Now suppose he has forgotten to do that and he's published all the 14 dogs together. Then all of them are known as syntype. holotype, paratype, syntype, এগুলো সব ছবিটা দেখালে। আচ্ছা, এবারে একটা গল্প আছে, এখানে তো we are not talking about Tommy. এবারে একটা ফিমেলটা কি হলো? মেয়ে, Tommy is a male. So that female dog, say Daisy, that is the female holotype, that female counterpart. বা যদি Daisy কে আগে করে তার male counterpart হতে পারে Tommy. That is known as isotype. Sorry, isotype নাম isotype this is known as allotype. Isotype টা আরেকটা বলি। আবার isotype দিচ্ছি allotype। এই ভুলটা অ্যাকচুয়ালি কি বলতো, আমি যখন স্টুডেন্ট ছিলাম বিএসসি তে ভাইভাতে জিজ্ঞেস করেছে এই ভুলটা আমি করেছি, সেই ভুলটা এখনো আমি শুধরাইনি। এখন মাস্টার মশাই ওই নিয়েও একই ভুল করছি, তবে এখন স্বীকার করছি যে আমি এটা ভুল করেছি। Any duplicate specimen of the holotype, মানে Tommy twin brother, duplicate, any duplicate Tommy twin brother, that is known as isotype. Iso means same. চকে আর লেখা যাচ্ছে না, এই চকে উঠেই ভালো লাগে, বিদায়টা প্রেজেন্টেশন ভালো আছে, কিন্তু আনফরচুনেটলি কান ডান। What I will do is I have got all these videos made. I will post it in the group. Go through it. Or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. এটাতে করেছি, you find these videos coming up. অনেক কিছু আরো থাকবে, তোমাদের রেলেভেন্ট জিনিসও থাকবে। So all the types which we have right now, all the types which we have right now described, type or holotype or paratype, they are in the original publication. Now suddenly Tommy is now unfortunately Tommy অনেক বছর হয়ে গেল, Tommy has died and Tommy's body is preserved in the museum as a stuffing. Suddenly there is somebody steals Tommy's body and goes away, or it gets destroyed in a fire. Then what do you do? You have to select another Tommy, নতুন Tommy. Tommy is মানে great grandson, granddaughter. That is known as by somebody else, not the original publication. Necrotype. Original necrotype নষ্ট হয়ে গেছে, so you have to keep a duplicate তো সেটাকে necrotype বলছি, আরেকজন রিএক্সাইজ করছে, that is known as necrotype. So it is a biological specimen or illustration later selected. It is a biological বা আমি লিখতে না, আমি তো পাঠিয়ে দেবো তোমাদের, এটা প্রেজেন্টেশন একটা পাঠিয়ে দেবো, ছবি টবিগুলো আছে ওগুলো পাঠিয়ে দেবো। আর ইন্টারনেটটা এত বাজে যে আমি গুগল মিটটাও চালু করতে পারলাম না, তোমরা চালিয়ে দেখে নেবে। আমি এক্সপেক্ট করতে পারিনি যে ফিফথ সেমিস্টার এতজন আসবে আর আমাদের ঘরে ওভারলোড হয়ে যাবে, দুটো করে পড়াচ্ছি। ওকে, এবারে তো similarly there is the word paraelectrotype. So when you are replacing it, you don't replace only the holotype, you replace the paratypes also. They are also destroyed. So on the new 30, new 13 blocks are the paraelectrotype. হ্যাঁ প্রেজেন্ট বা মানে অরিজিনালটাতে নেই, হয়তো 10 বছরের মধ্যে টমি বডি তখন না ফ্যান লাইট চেয়ার করে দিন না, কয়েকটা চেয়ার, না না কয়েকটা চেয়ার, এটা তো বলেনি ফ্যান লাইট আপনি পাশে এটা একটা, তোমরা সবাই নামটা লিখেছো তো? এই এত দুটো কথা দিতে হবে না, এটা পরের দিনের জন্য। Now we will talk about something known as the neotype. So neotype is that single specimen designated as the name bearing type when no name bearing type specimen is believed to exist anymore. মরে গেছে, extinct হয়ে গেছে, like dodos. So that specimen of dodo which is there, that is the neotype. That single. এবার এই ধরে আরেকটা ডেঞ্জারাস জিনিস যেটা তোমাদের সিলেবাসে আছে, হোমোনিমি এন্ড সিনোনিমি। প্রিন্সিপাল অফ প্রায়োরিটি তো বলে দিয়েছি। প্রিন্সিপাল অফ প্রায়োরিটি এক্সাম্পল আছে ইন 1837 Limax maculatus, 1837 Limax maculatus, which is a mollusk, gastropod mollusk. ছবিটা দেখে নিন, মানে gave the name as 1837 and Linnaeus already in 1758 the same species was given the name Limus maximus. Given the name Limus maximus. Now, according to the principle of priority, the first who named it first, the old fool always wins. So, this particular example of priority also is an example of 1837 Limus maculatus. This is Limus maculatus. Now, that same gastropod snail, gastropod is one type of mollusk, a snail. So that same animal has been given two names. Right? So what do you call this? If they are given two same names, এদেরকে বলা হয় synonyms. এটাও তো বাজে। Synonym. যে লোকটা ওটাকে থেকে ডেসক্রাইব করে দিয়েছে পরে তিন নম্বর লোকটা এসে দেখলো যে এই মানে তো অলরেডি এটা করে যে অলরেডি আগে কথা আছে সেকেন্ডের নাম্বার দিয়েছিল ওটা না অ্যাকুরেট কেন হবে না গ্যাস্ট্রোপড সামুদ্রিক সামুদ্রিক তখন ওটা না দ্যাট ইজ ওটাকে নতুন স্পিসিস যদি দেখো যে এটা স্পিসিস নয় এই স্পিসিস আলাদা স্পেসিয়েশন যা কিছু পদ্ধতি আছে যদি ওটা দেখে হ্যাঁ তো দ্যাট ইজ নো লঙ্গার কনসিডার্ড টু বি accurate anymore. It's a new species there. ঠিক আছে? Okay. So this is a synonym. Guys, what is the synonym? Two or more names for one taxon. That is the synonym. A bhai homonym. One name for two taxons. হাতির নামও দিল আর শামুকেরও নাম দিল একই নাম দিয়েছে so one different animal has been given a particular name another different animal has been given a different animal example হচ্ছে so synonym is you know which one you must take the old fool always wins homonym is the old fool always wins কিন্তু আরেকটা definition আছে একটা we also read when we were students we read Iczn to be a it's a defining answer another Iczn name was given for মোরে ই হচ্ছে 1 মাইল লম্বা ই হয় ইলেকট্রিক কারেন্ট অনেক মানে মোরে ই now now which one to take but it was found that this was the old fool so এটা তো বাদ তো দিলই এটা একটা নাম দিতে হবে, একটা আলাদা অ্যানিমাল। সো ইট ওয়াজ নেমড অ্যাজ ক্যাটাই ব্লসাস। তোমাদের সিলেবাসে এই কটাই রয়েছে: প্রিন্সিপল অফ প্রায়োরিটি, প্রিন্সিপল অফ টাইপিফিকেশন, প্রিন্সিপল অফ হোমোনিমি এন্ড সিনোনিমি। হ্যাঁ, সেম কোনটা কত সেকেন্ড আগে? হ্যাঁ, তো ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে দিস ইজ দ্য গোল। So always the old school always wins দিয়ে সবকটাই বলে দেবে। These are the ones which you have to remember. Then there is the principle of coordination. Actually এখানে কাজ করছে, এখানে করছে, এটা কোঅর্ডিনেট। ওগুলো তোমাদের সিলেবাসে নেই, ডোন্ট বদার yourselves. All basically follow levels. ঠিক আছে, আগে কারো ওকে। আবার নেক্সট ক্লাসে দেখে নিতে হবে কি এইগুলো আমি পাঠিয়ে দেবো, রেকর্ডিংটাও পাঠিয়ে দেবো।